My name is Yaritza Marin. I was born on the Mexican-American border to Carlos Alberto and Adriana Marin. My very first home was on the Mexican side of the border, in the small town of Nuevo Progreso, Tamaulipas. Both my parents were raised here. Both sets of my grandparents lived here, just a block away from each other. My father's parents owned a one-of-a-kind restaurant that was situated at the heart of the town. It was called El Café Linares. My mother's parents owned several businesses that they ran from within their home. I grew up with my grandmother, from my mother's side, mi abuelita Lucy. She's an amazing lady with a big and kind heart. Growing up with her taught me Spanish. Although she only went up to the 3rd grade, she somehow found a way to teach me math, a lesson I'll always be grateful for. When I started school, I started to learn English. Casa turned into home, and Nuevo Progreso turned into Weslaco, Texas. Weslaco is my second home. I started meeting people here and getting involved with the community. I loved how things were on this side of the river. I loved the sports, the education. When my brother was born, the life in the United States was the only one he knew. But just like my parents did with me, they didn't let him forget where he came from. They taught us as much as they could about our culture. They showed us the Aztec and Mayan temples, as well as the magnificent Spanish churches. We learned the dances, the rituals, and the people from all across Mexico. We learned about the food and the celebrations. We learned how every state is a whole culture of their own. Veracruz, Guanajuato, Jalisco, Oaxaca, Puebla are just but a few. And I thank my parents for doing this for me, for us. I learned to love who I am, and I hope that when my time comes, I too will pass that on to my children, as my parents passed it on to me.